Before I start, I would like to ask the audience, how many of the people in the audience are contemplating, thinking of starting a new business venture, or even pursuing a passion to do something new? Can we just have a quick show of hands? Great. Well, I mean, as much as I saw the hands, I mean, great. I would like to say that better hurry. Because personally, recently, a friend of mine made an observation regarding myself that I always carry around. You'll see me carrying around people in Bhutan that are a big bag of ideas, only to realize that somebody has already started doing the things that I wanted to do. So I have realized that I need to do less of my talking, more of the implementation, and realize the window of opportunity is now. I mean, now will never come again if you let it pass. So today there are three things I would like to share with you. One is my personal story. Secondly, it's the insights or the lessons learned for my personal story. And then the third, the challenges that I face. This is what I do. This is what our family does. We are in the red rice business of exporting Bhutanese red rice to the U.S. This started off way back when I was very little, and then I seriously got interested in it before I left for college. I had asked my father for advice as to what classes or what subjects I should study or what I should major in, and he had a vision for me to study horticulture, because he realized that, I mean, there would be opportunities for me in the future in the agro sector, and also because of the tradition that in Bhutan, women inherit the land. But I never ended up taking any horticulture classes, or I never came close to that. I did something completely different. And that very same tradition, which in the past worked in favor of women, are now becoming very challenging for Bhutanese women that inherit land, because agriculture is not the most attractive option in this modern day and world. Agriculture does not provide you that kind of rate of return compared to the investment in terms of hard work that you have to put in. And I don't think this is isolated just in the case of the Bhutanese context. It is a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, most of the farmers in Bhutan, 70% of it practice subsistence farming. And we have less than 7% of our land as arable land. But nevertheless, not all downside, there is an upside to it. We've managed to brand a product from Bhutan, the red rice, and position ourselves in competing with the global market, and placing ourselves in more of the high-end stores. And I know most of the audiences are from California, the more health-conscious people, I guess. You would find it in most of your Whole Foods, or most of if you're in New York, in the Dean and DeLucas, most of, I guess, the upper end segment of the market. I don't expect anybody to figure out what's written over there, what the article says, but I just wanted to show that this is a Wall Street Journal article on the Bhutanese red rice. And also to show that, I mean, Bhutan, all of us who know about Bhutan, or we Bhutanese know that Bhutan is such a small country with an even smaller population. For any entrepreneur wanting to start something new in Bhutan, it's challenging, not just in terms of regulatory issues or in terms of the other challenges that come with initiating or starting a business, but it's also the geographical location. But nevertheless, there are opportunities that can be found in the niche markets, and this is what we've done for the Bhutanese red rice. We've, with the proper branding positioning of the Bhutanese red rice, we found a small place for ourselves in the world. And I just want to go more into just a little of how we managed to do it as a company. What is LOHUS? You must be thinking, what the hell is she talking about in terms of niche market? LOHUS, basically, how we do it is we target a small niche group. It's an acronym, LOHUS, which stands for Lifestyle of the Health and Sustainability. It's a market segment of people that are very health conscious. They are conscious about their health and fitness. They are conscious about sustainability. They are conscious about personal development, and and they're conscious about social justice, which I think parallels with what G&H also stands for. It's not just all about the money. And going just a further back of not just our niche markets of where we do sell our products. I mean, we as a small company, we try to understand that there is a growing trend in the consumer trends of making healthy choices by consumers. And then there's a growing market for that. And even if a lot of culture people were saying that culture needs to evolve, it cannot be static. So definitely in business, you cannot be static, otherwise somebody is going to be ahead of the race. So for us as a producer also, we try and evolve our farming practices from the conventional to more of sustainable farming practices that are viable for both the farmers and us as also co-producers. We provide fair wages, and then there is another practice that we are strongly initiating, that is the SRI, which is basically the systemic rice intensification, which uses less resources in terms of less seeds, less water, but also contributes to higher yields compared to the conventional way of producing the rice. And also, as we all know, there is a great strain on resources in the world, be it water, be it talking about climate change or environmental impact. And with the SRI practices, there is less strain on the resources of the planet, as well as it conserves biodiversity because of using minimal or no chemicals and fertilizers. And as a company, we're just making a small global difference, is especially in Bhutan context, we have only 7% of arable land. We believe in sustainable family farms where we practice using SRI so that there is more yield from the same acre of land, and we give our global consumers options or choices for the products that are available. And also environmental impact in just terms of using less resources and getting higher yield and profitability also for the farmers, so that they can increase the supply to the global market and increase their potential to earn more. This in general is what my personal experience is from the red rice. And just adding on to the insights of what I've learned along the way, I think a lot of us, we aspire to own big profitable companies, be it Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, or in the Bhutanese context, the Tashi commercial corporations. But remember that none of these were done overnight, and a lot of these started small. So there is nothing very scientific or dramatic that we do as a company. It's just small things that we've realized that there is a Western audience that is willing to pay a premium for our products from Bhutan. As Bhutanese, I think we're a little complacent. We expect, just because of the whole notion of being an exotic location, we expect anything that comes out of our country to sell. Nobody's going to come to you and offer you, hey, Bhutan, this is something from here, we'll just buy it. It's such a lovely location, or they're such happy people. And lastly, moving on to the challenges that we face, the challenges that I refer to will either be for many aspiring entrepreneurs in Bhutan that will be faced on a national level as well as on a firm level that we face. There is a global trend of saying buy local because of all the issues of carbon footprint. But let me tell you this, again, I feel bad to attack the Americans, but anyways. I guess one farmer in California, would be emitting more carbon according to my belief, compared to 100 farmers put together in Bhutan. I mean, that argument is used probably not on a government level, but in terms of the marketing strategy of what is used. And the other issue is also with the developing countries using the multimodal functionality to protect the agricultural sector by saying that agriculture is not just commodities and trading. It is a way of life, it is heritage. I kind of don't buy that, because you want to protect your agricultural sector, but then you also want, which basically means excluding us, the developing nations, while you want to sell your high-tech equipment or other machineries that we are not capable of but is necessary for our development, we have no option but to buy it from you. So give us an equal platform to compete. The other challenges that we face are that we have very non-tariff barriers in terms of, which is specific to, I guess our firm would be requirements of certificates, or, I mean, there's a huge movement in the organic saying that in Bhutan, everybody thinks that what we grow is organic. Yes, it is organic, but if you want to compete on an international level, none of what you say organic will fetch you the kind of premium prices or any of it unless you can prove or show a piece of paper from an accredited organization that is internationally recognized. I mean, that's a clever way to disguise your sort of trade protectionist measures, I guess. And also, on a firm-specific level, most of us Bhutanese don't have the experience of negotiating on an international level. Also, for us, what we face is whenever we have an interested buyer, they're always interested in the idea of exclusivity, but without any commitments from their side. So I would say to any of the Bhutanese who are looking to compete and sell their products in the export market, to just be wary of that and to recognize that. And I guess lastly, having said all that, Bhutan has challenges to do business or be enterprising in Bhutan. Nevertheless, there is always small and niche markets that we can find avenues to do business. When I say niche, it does not have to be small. It can be like how we have niche in the energy-intensive industries in Bhutan, the ferrosilicon, or we have cement industries in Bhutan, which are also niche markets, where we have a niche market in Northeast India. I specifically mentioned about agriculture because that is what I know best. And in the end, I guess for a lot of my fellow Bhutanese who are here, those of you who raised their hands, who wanted to start something, I would say that now is an important time. Now will never come again. So let's get moving. And also let's urge our government, our politicians, to make Bhutan a business-friendly environment where you and I, ordinary folks like you and I, can do something and make a difference. Thank you.